he picked the wrong family, and not scared of a conflict, and we're not scared. We're not running. We're coming at him.
Hey guys, welcome to the Think Tank. Great to see you. How you doing, James, Dandy, Shauna? I hope you're out there lurking away somewhere. So how's everybody doing this fine Saturday morning? It's the weekend. Hubby just ran to get me a snowblower. Gotta go and get a snowblower. Like, what? We're in like August. But you know what? Oh, Jazzy's saying good morning to y'all. Come here. Good Lord. She's being all sassy. Lizzie thinks that he's gone for a while, so she's depressed. There you go. Oh, she just spit her cookie out. How depressed I am, Mom. So, yeah. So it's going to be a show with more information. I know, a snowblower. We're in the mountains. Good day, Perry. Good to see you, friend. We're in the mountains. You never do know when you're going to need one. We've usually got snow at least by Halloween, but between now and Halloween, I mean, you could literally just out of the blue get a great big dump of snow. It'll go away fast, but yeah. But I think the idea is get one in the summer where they're a little bit less money. And then I think what that means is he probably wants me to use it in the winter when he's not home. It might be like a hint. So, yeah, we found out yesterday about Rex's wife fighting cancer right now. So that was a really, really sad bit of information on top of everything else that family's going through right now. So I've got a little bit on that. And they have filed claims against law enforcement for what has ever gone on in the inside of that house. I haven't, I didn't even look to see if there was anything showing the inside of that house yet, but she's filed a claim as far as that. And I thought it might be kind of interesting to see if we can, a new shuffle. That's what I got last year and I didn't use it. I hired a kid. Yeah. Well, yeah, Mr. Franky is shoveling usually in a different town. You thieving little monster. She came and helped herself to these king-size cookies. He's usually up north shoveling somebody else's property that he's staying in. Come on. Yeah, his job, he's away a lot. So I think he's trying to avoid a ticket. But I don't know. Couldn't we buy it for the neighbor? Would that be wrong? Here, do you mind doing mine too? So, yeah, ACE's health news is tremendously saddening. And yeah, oh my God, it's yucky. So and then maybe talk a little bit about what was happening with Rex and what was going on online with him. Yeah. Christmas in August, right? There's some days because we're getting when I woke up one morning where it was 5 degrees Celsius. So that's pretty chilly for August, which is usually our hottest month. So if we're 5 down here, that means up higher, they're cold. And I never did look to see if there's whitecaps, but I bet there was. I bet there was. That's what I'm thinking. Yes. That's totally what I'm thinking. Okay. Makes sense in my world. I don't know. Yeah, you got the lucky number. Congratulations. So Gilgo Beach suspect Rex Heuermann's wife has cancer and her life insurance is about to run out because it is his policy. So, oh my God, this woman.
Are you staying in the house? Please, come on. That's none of your business. It's a we feel very bad, and we want to know if you have anything to say.
What the hell? Oh, she was mad. Hey, I don't blame her. I just do that because I don't know about their music. I get worried. I live in Canada, in the middle of the Rockies. That's yeah. Oh yes. See, now we're thinking, James. Now we're thinking. Yeah, that's the thing. We could probably come up with some kind of really good plan. House cleaners here. I got you dusting materials. Come on in. People who want to clean cages. Oh my God, look what I just bought you. Oh, it is beautiful here, Perry. It's paradise. Crystal clean lakes, crystal clean creeks, rivers. The wildlife is immense. You know, we've got everything from cool little lizardy things. I was playing with a garter snake in my backyard the other day. Yeah, bears, cougar, frogs, snakes, bobcats, lynx. I mean, you name it. Moose, elk, deer. There is literally where I live, there is more deer in this town than humans. I've woke up and you know, you can feel something looking at you. Well, I rolled over and here is this little tiny spotted deer with his nose like right up to my window staring at me. They look through our front windows all the time, our front door. What's bigger, moose or elk? Oh, moose are massive. Elk are a nice size. They're like a large deer. and moose are massive. Further north you go, the bigger the wildlife gets too. And I'm more southern. I'm not too far from, I've got all of this mountain and to me my zen all around me. And it's not too far from here. And I'm in the middle of the Okanagan, which is like a fruit belt. So you can go there and get every type of fresh fruit, fresh vegetables. There's little hippies from like out east coming to hang out in the sun and beaches. And yeah, I'm happy to be where we're at. So I don't think Elsa's happy to be where she's at. Brutal. So we'll jump back into this. The estranged wife of accused Gilgo Beach Cheerio is battling spreading cancer. Her lawyer revealed Friday. I did do that live stream as several victims' families urged the public to ignore a GoFundMe set up to, what the frick? Just set up to aid her and her kids. They are not the victims, raged John Ray, a lawyer for the kin of some of the slain women at the Long Island press conference. Well, both y'all are victims, John Ray. I'm sorry. Asa ELLERUP, the 59-year-old wife of suspected Cheerio Rex Heuermann, has fought skin and breast cancer for several years and needs about 12 to 18 months of further treatment. Family lawyer Robert Macedonio. Let me see here. Macedonio said at a separate media gathering. I massacred that name. I'm sorry there, Robert M. But the Massapequa Park woman's insurance will likely run out because she was covered through Heuermann's architect firm, which can only pay the premiums for another 2 months. That is a big fear and stress on top of all of this stuff that's going on, her lawyer said. Oh my God. Everybody's entitled to their opinions, honestly, but please don't be out there just because you believe one thing, trying to sway other people's opinion. We all have minds of our own, and we can all figure out if she had something to do with this in any way, shape, or form. Personally, I know she didn't. I know what her husband did, but she did not do this. Neither did her kids. And you know what? If she doesn't survive, those two have to survive. And that boy is handicapped. Look at the yard, friends. Brutal. But Ray laced into ELLERUP for fundraising effort established on her behalf by Melissa Moore, whose father was known as the Happy Face Deleter. Well, doing activities at night and attacking women in the early 1990s. Her dad is Keith Hunter Jesperson, and he basically got that because he was putting happy faces on notes and he's putting happy faces on everything because he was like just such a pleasant dude, his own self. But his daughter and his wife, they were victims as well. Like they lose everything. They do lose a human too, because the person they thought they knew and loved was really never there in their minds. That's got to be a hell of a thing to frickin' try and figure out. So Moore wrote earlier this month when establishing the GoFundMe account for ELLERUP, their funds are to support Asa as she can direct on what her highest priority, basic needs for herself and adult children, to restore the home to whole as evidence collection or destroyed many critical household items and others need, and any others she may need that is not listed. I'm a little wound up. I have some behind the scenes kind of yucky stuff going on too. So I'm a little flary. Moore said at the time she needed ELLERUP's endorsement to set up the fund, which she received. The fund brought more than $44,650 as of Friday evening. And if it's not in the description yet, it's just because I haven't put any of that in, but it will be in after the stream. Anybody who wants to help. Can you imagine how much those treatments are going to cost? And now what? This could become terminal because her husband's a dank. The ELLERUP family comes forward and says, help, give us money. Look what's happened to our home. It's all chopped up. Ray said, well, let me ask you this. What about the victims who were chopped up? What about the victims who were wrapped up and carried somewhere and dumped? He also claimed the family had plenty of assets that they could use for, this is it. Well, how would they have plenty of assets? I think everything's frozen. I don't think that she had anything ever to do with his anything. They were man going grocery shopping on food stamps. Melissa Bartholomew, 24, Maureen Brainerd Barnes, 25, Amber Lynn Costello, 27, Megan Waterman, 22. Rest in peace. And absolute victims, as are their families. And the newest one added that just recently they were able to identify is Karen Vergata. Jessica Taylor, Valerie Mack. There's also an unified Asian man, and Peaches and her daughter. Shannon Gilbert, Karen Vergata. ELLERUP and her two children, Christopher Sheridan, 33, who has special needs, and Victoria, who is special needs, and Victoria Heuermann, 26, only returned to their home last week after Heuermann's July 13th arrest for the attacks of the three women. He is a prime suspect in the fourth. All of them, as long with 7 others, were found dumped in a marshy shoreline a few minutes from the family's home. ELLERUP told the Post her husband's shocking arrest has been a heavy burden for the family to bear. Her kids cry themselves to sleep at night, she said. And I'm sorry. No. I'm just going to do this really fast. So there we go. Sorry, guys. So she's talking about her husband's shocking arrest and that it's been a heavy burden for the family to bear. And her kids are still crying themselves to sleep at night. And she wakes up shivering in the night, rife with anxiety. She's trying to pick up the pieces, even though her shattered home was tossed upside down by investigators on a nearly 2-week crusade to find the evidence. I said, we're together. ELLERUP recalled telling the children, and that's really what matters, that you and me are sitting here together and we'll get through this. She has to be a strong, strong lady. Macedonio, her lawyer, dismissed Ray's criticisms of the family. Johnny Ray is trying to keep himself relevant in the case. He's been on TV for the last 10 days trying to get any kind of progress he can to make himself relevant. I don't watch that stuff, so I didn't even know who this guy was. Macedonia also described the damage authorities had done to the family's home. It was piled floor to ceiling with debris that had just been taken out of the attic, the lawyer said. The children in Asa were sleeping on foam mats on the floor next to the dog. She's sick. A cleanup crew brought in 20-yard dumpsters to clear out the mess, he said. The family has also filed notice of claim and prerequisite to a lawsuit over the damage the police wrought in their home, according to Ves Mitiv, the lawyer representing the kids. Macedonia, I hope I'm saying that right, said the family camp still isn't sure what agency is responsible for wrecking the house, but their lawyers may pursue legal action when they find out. Macedonia also said the soundproof room cops reportedly found in the unfinished basement was just a ceiling-less space with a safe door where Heuermann allegedly store his guns. And it's not a soundproof room. It's not a vault. And the creepy child-sized fair-haired doll that authorities pulled from the alleged deleter's home was in fact a collectible that ELLERUP had for many years, according to her lawyer. He added that the family has not discussed the case with Heuermann himself. ELLERUP, who the lawyer repeatedly said is not a suspect, also has not visited him in jail. The only thing the family knows about these charges is what is being reported in the media. They have not addressed it with him. Unreal. And she's sick. It's like, what? Holy. No, she doesn't deserve to be harassed. A bull moose can grow 6 to 7 feet tall under the shoulders and may... Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? I've seen them a lot bigger in northern Alberta. Like, massive. Oh, you are a love. I'm going to do that today. You are a love. No, two totally different animals. Very interesting. I love the wildlife. So yeah, that's what they do. That is what cops do. Yeah, that Dory was creepy as hell. But you know what? I have to tell you, I have one that's pretty damn creepy in my house. And the only reason I bought it, like I went to a secondhand store. I found this creepy ass doll. And I mean, it's an expensive, handmade, beautiful. It's an antique. It's beautiful. But yeah, the eyes in those old things, they're creepy AF. So it was sitting there for $3. And I was like, oh my God, hell yeah, I want that. So they're like, take it, get that creepy ass thing out of here. So I took it. And when we were leaving, I perched it up in the back window of my car. So it was looking out at everyone behind us. No mention of his internet searches from the defense. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, like, oh my God. Unreal. Let's see here. I'm going to think maybe I'll look at that one. Oh my goodness. What did we call it? Oh my word. What's that really, really... Oh my goodness. How can I be... Oh, of course, this isn't going to let me in. Annabelle. That's Annabelle. So yeah, we're not too sick of mind here at all. And it freaks Mexi right out. But like, I've got a voodoo doll that I found. And the only thing I've ever tried to do with that thing is this girl, she burned me really, really bad. So I tried to give her diarrhea. I don't know if she got diarrhea or not, but wonder if I can give her diarrhea. Hocus pocus, pin go there. I don't get out much, guys. I have to entertain myself somehow. So we've got, lo. We just looked at that, so I pulled up the wrong one. I'm thinking about my little pokey doll. I do have an unusual sense of humor. You don't. Are you serious, James? If not, we got to make them. Just blow on it. Oh, my word. Yeah, RPM, his wife just left him. Rumor has it he was cheating. I don't know if that's true or not. I have no idea if that's true or not, but that's what's circulating. It's like, what? Yeah, I have more to say on that subject, but I won't. Yeah, let's make that a Biden voodoo doll. You just go. And then it starts falling upstairs. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Rex Heuermann's disturbing online behavior days before Gilgo Beach arrest revealed. These guys, independent, they are in the description. Check them out.
Suspected Gilgo Beach serial killer Rex Heuermann appeared in court for the first time since his arraignment today. He's charged with killing 3 women, and prosecutors say he's a suspect in a 4th death.
He pleaded not guilty to those charges. Fox 5's Jody Goldberg joins us live from Riverhead with the very latest on this court appearance. Jody.
Antoine and Natasha, it was a short conference, but it's been a long time coming, as the district attorney put it. It was 13 years ago when the bodies were discovered, and he's handing over 13 years worth of evidence. Accused serial killer Rex Heuermann stood stone-faced in court on Tuesday afternoon, appearing for the first time since he pleaded not guilty to the murders of at least 3 sex workers found buried and bound in burlap sacks along a stretch of Ocean Parkway more than 10 years ago.
We have to show up every day. We have to comply with our discovery requirements, and we'll negotiate the case in good faith with the court and defense counsel and see how it plays out.
Suffolk County District Attorney Ray Tierney, who's prosecuting the case himself, handed over a massive amount of evidence, including 8 terabytes in hard drives, 2,500 pages of documents, photos from this scene, and DNA reports. Heuermann, who wore a dark blazer over a light blue shirt, had a mop of messy hair. He took one big look over his shoulder as he left the courtroom. His attorney, who has been the only one to visit him in jail.
You know what? He is absolutely, like, those searches were absolutely disgusting. This bald ass dude here, I don't know. I don't trust that guy whatsoever. Just his demeanor even. And I'm like, get a toupee, dude.
L says his client is looking forward to his day in court.
There's no plea deal. He said from the moment I met him that I did not do this. So we're prepared to go forward. We will defend this case in a court of law, and we will go to trial on this case.
Family members of the victim showed up in court. There was no sign of Asa ELLERUP, Heuermann's estranged wife, who told reporters she was, quote, blindsided by the arrest, and she had no idea about the double life Heuermann allegedly led. She was forced out of her home while investigators searched for evidence to build the case against Heuermann. She called the condition in which it was left uninhabitable, saying police pulled apart their bathtub and left piles of boxes scattered about. And now we're told a press conference is expected sometime this week with ELLERUP. That's Heuermann's estranged wife. Now, as for the fourth victim, we're told that investigation is ongoing. Heuermann is due back in court on September 27th. That's the latest here in Riverhead, Long Island. Jody Goldberg, let's send it back to you.
All right, Jody, we'll take it. Thank you.
So yeah, those were absolutely disgusting. I was giving good commercials. I don't want that. No, thank you. So yeah, they were absolutely disgusting. And you know what? It's funny how his internet searches almost coincided with some of the people that were found on Gilgo. It's just unreal. Unreal. So let's see if there's any extra information. Suffolk County Police Commissioner Rodney Harrison also wouldn't rule out the possibility that Mr. Heuermann may have been preparing to delete again at the time of his arrest. Mr. Harrison told Newsday that the law enforcement saw some concerning actions from the married father of two while he was under surveillance for the last month. I can't talk about if he was preparing to delete again, he said. He's somebody that was still engaging in activity that was disturbing, be it his internet searches, be it engaging in other activities that he shouldn't be engaging in. Commissioner Harrison added that he was very, very passionate about keeping his eyes on Mr. Heuermann up until his arrest because we need to see what his lifestyle is. The accused leader had been on the radar of Long Island police for months. Not long after, the newly appointed commissioner launched a new task force to crack the unsolved Gilgo Beach serial case back in January of 22. And the amazing thing is how fast they were able to kind of hook on to him. So it says, after surveilling him for months, officers swooped in on the architect as he left his office in Manhattan on July 13th. So can you imagine to him, like it'd be a time warp. You're hanging out in Manhattan all day, and then you go back to what it was you were giving your family, that dump? Like, please. Mr. Heuermann was charged with unaliving Megan Waterman, Melissa Bartholomew, Amber Costello, and is the prime suspect with Maureen Brainard Barnes case, the Gilgo Four. And we know that last week they did identify Karen Vergata, 34, and she had not been seen since Valentine's Day in 1996. Has he been active that long, do you think? I do. Personal opinion. At the time, she was living on West 45th Street in Manhattan and is believed to have been working as a working girl. In April 1996, like, what is this? Her legs were found wrapped in plastic at Davis Park on Fire Island's Blue Point Beach. So she is Fire Island Jane Doe. Almost exactly 15 years later, on April 11th, 2011, her skull was then found off Ocean Parkway during the search for the Gilgo Beach victims. The two sets of remains on Fire Island and Ocean Parkway were later found to belong to the same person, but her identity remained unknown until now. Damn DNA, hey? It's just getting better, stronger, faster. In a press conference announcing Vergata's identity last week, Suffolk County officials refused to confirm whether or not her deleting may be linked to Mr. Heuermann. Let's see here. I am really surprised they didn't find remains in that backyard. I fully expected it. Cheerio hair. The problem I have with ransacking the house is that they probably miss things. It should be done systematically. Absolutely 100%. Absolutely 100%. I mean, they contaminated basically the whole scene doing what they did. You know, how much did they miss? I don't know. This sadly seems to be the way they do things like this. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it because there's probably cut a hole here, cut a hole there. I get that because Cheerios hide things all over the place. But don't they have things now that they can like scan and see shapes? Or, I mean, they know if something's hidden. If you think there's something in there, open it up. But ripping doors off, just taking some jewelry, what you don't think you need to take, throw it away. Well, hello, Shauna. Good to see you, friend. Nice. So, yeah, I don't agree with their tactics at all. And now, I mean, you got to feel bad for Asa. Look at what her and her children, if she doesn't make it, like I said, her son, what's going to happen? The daughter no longer has a job because daddy's business is gone. I don't know. Would you hire her? Is that going to be hard for her? I don't know how that's going to work, but nothing's going to be easy for right now. And I think she needs to keep getting her treatments. You can't have something like that spreading throughout your body and leave it to spread because we know what the outcome will be. We're dealing with a very sick relative right now, and it's stressing AF, let alone having a person's house turned upside down, holes in it, yard turned upside down, no more ceiling, basement. Like, I just can't even imagine. It's horrifying. And you know what? He's going to get his. He's going to get his. If it's him, they've been working on this for a long time. So although they may not have in the 13 years had someone connect all this information to, maybe they're connecting it now. You know what I mean? Oh, absolutely. And you know what? Just a thought. The possibility of victims being buried in your backyard is enough to make you go, Lulu. And yeah. And I'm shocked that they weren't there. I just have to say. But with that said, we're going to have to do map time and check out that park again because you know what? Oi, oi, oi. Oh, exactly. Like what? Oh, it's beyond disturbing to think that people actually have to go through with this stuff, and not only do they, this is interesting too. Not only they're suspects for the longest time, and then when they get cleared, well, then
is ordering
everybody else is still judging you. So this is only 26 or 29 seconds long, but let's take a quick peek. I thought it was interesting.
suspected Gilgo Beach serial killer Rex Heuermann to turn in a sample of his DNA. The swab is to be taken while Heuermann is in the presence of his attorney. His lawyers opposed the taking of the sample, but the judge granted the prosecution's request for a swab, saying the DNA will yield information whether it is a match to other evidence or not. Investigators want to compare the sample with DNA recovered from a pizza crust discarded outside Heuermann's office and a hair recovered from one of the victims.
Yeah. Insane, guys. Insane. I'm just going to do this really quick. Hey, well, I'm doing this, guys. Or don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. There we go. I was going to be in stereo. So this is from ABC News, and they are in the description. I'm trying to do it as I do it because I am finding it quite amazing. I just had someone, like, it wasn't a strike, but it was like a caution. And that was for showing Dr. Defib. So at this point, I'm just thinking if I can see the original, I'm just going to throw it in there, even though it's like 20 seconds. That was from abcnews.go in the description. Cover my butt. Or addict of the ladies of the night. Yeah. Yeah. So he is being ordered to give up his DNA in front of his lawyers and in front of the opposing lawyers. Well, it was like, how do you not give up your DNA? The judge said a comparison of Heuermann's direct DNA sample with the mitochondrial DNA sample from the hair recovered from one of the victims and the DNA found on the pizza crust outside Heuermann's office will yield probative material evidence, whether it is exculpatory or not. A direct DNA sample could also be entered into the statewide national databases. Mitochondrial DNA is ineligible. So yeah, it was like, yeah, give up the DNA. During the court appearance last week, prosecutors said they've turned over evidence to the defense, including hard drives, thousands of pages of documents and photos, autopsy reports, DNA reports, and surveillance footage from Heuermann's home. Oh, from his home? Isn't that interesting? And of course, Michael Brown, his lawyer, told reporters last week that his client is professing his innocence and plans to go to trial. What a butthead. Yeah, they can do all this stuff. But yeah, they can do all of this stuff. But they can't own up to it. It's like, are you kidding me? And then they put everybody, do they enjoy putting everybody through that? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments, guys. I wanted to talk about Asa a little bit and kind of take a look at what they were up to with Rex. As far as the online activity, they did not show it. So I'll work on that too. Okay, guys. Thanks again for being here with me. I appreciate you all. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.